Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome to Ratchet Deadlocked, or Ratchet Gladioli, as it's also known in some places, like where I live in the Power Regions, but yeah, we're finally getting back to the Ratchet series, and ooh, this isn't Ratchet. Who could this mysterious man be? I don't like him. Somebody should, take him out. Excellent.
A dramatic conclusion to one of the most exciting episodes of Dreadzone I have ever seen. Captain Starshield, the #1 ranked gladiator, has been terminated by Ace Hardlight. Ace has now eliminated a record 13 contestants in the regular season.
Incoming call from the mayor of Metropolis. The new mayor of Metropolis.
Oh, you mean, right. Just a sec. Greetings, Mayor. No. Well, long time no see. So Metropolis still in one piece, huh?
Greetings, Captain. I see you're taking good care of my old ship.
Well, she needs a lot of tuning up, but I've kept her running.
Of course. Anyway, I'm afraid I bring bad news. As you know, Captain Starshield disappeared over a month ago. I've just been informed that he's been killed.
Oh my gosh. No.
Oh, what happened?
Apparently he was involved with some kind of illegal combat sport, something called Dreadzone. We believe it was being run by this man, Gleeman Vox. He operates an underground media empire from within the Shadow Sector.
The Shadow Sector?
It's a lawless region of space on the fringe of the galaxy. Many other heroes have disappeared recently, and we fear that they might have met with the same fate. Ratchet, I just wanted to warn you before...
Unidentified craft approaching.
You the Lombax known as Ratchet.
I don't suppose you guys are here to fix the starboard engine, huh?
Tee-hee, funny man. And apropos of nothing, Ratchet and Clank are pretty much kidnapped after some random robots teleport aboard. Well, I mean, we'll get into that in a little bit more, because there's going to be a shitload of cutscenes this part, which is why it's a little bit short, but yeah, we'll get to the game good and proper as we continue. And yes, this is the PS2 version, because I ain't playing no jacked-off fucking terrible HD port. No siree. Evil music.
Yeah. We've captured Subject 209, Mr. Vox.
Excellent. Bring him in.
Yes, sir. We caught 2 strays in the process. Should we terminate them?
Give him collars and see if you can get some work out of them first.
Hello? Hello in there? Can you hear me? You've been unconscious for hours. You're probably a little disoriented. How many fingers am I holding up? Whoops. Looks like we've got a feedback loop in the visual matrix processor. Hold still a second. How's that? Okay, now to activate your speech function.
Me out of this thing, you blarg-headed frack monkey! I can barely breathe and my tail feels like it's shoved right up my...
There seems to be a problem with the speech circuitry. I'll take a look at it later. Now hold still. Let's just see if I wired that teleportation circuitry right. The new armor you're wearing is standard issue for new contestants.
Contestants?
We will explain later. If you do not complete the qualification course in the allotted time, we will all be terminated.
So yeah, pretty dire stakes, but before we get to any of that, we now have to do this, and I think this might be one of the earliest examples of it, but like oh, Ratchet, you gotta turn your head to do a thing and calibrate your stochastic capabilities or whatever, where you basically just move the analog stick towards a thing and then look at stuff. Which is kind of bizarre to me, because, like, I mean, I know some games of the modern era do this, I guess maybe to test people's coordination for the sake of accessibility features, which, you know, is understandable, but I mean, 2005 though, I mean, again, I'm pretty sure most people playing Ratchet Deadlocked know how to play a video game. I mean, it is E10 after all. Or is it T14 actually? Yeah, I think it might be, but... Still, I mean, you know how to play games. I don't know, to me it just sort of strikes the gamut as being a little bit... use the PS2 controller to play the game.
Greetings, hero, and welcome to Dreadzone. Rest assured, you are now far beyond the reach of hope. There will be no rescues, no pardons, no possibility of escape. You are now a contestant on the greatest holovision program that Galaxy has ever known. A celebrity gladiator, battling for the pleasure of 1 billion screaming fans across the Shadow Sector and beyond. Chances are you'll be dead by tomorrow. But those of you who play the game with skill and strategy will earn a chance to win your freedom. So, good luck, hero. We'll be watching you.
So, yeah, you're pretty much getting introduced to everything, so I don't really need to explain who Gleam and Vox is, what Dreadzone is, and, well, I might reiterate for the sake of, finding stuff to talk about a little bit later on, but, yeah, we're basically forced to compete in these games. But yeah, we also have the preliminary qualification course, which is basically what this is, teaching us how to fight in arena battles, which is done in a very similar style to Annihilation Nation and the Megacorp games. So again, if you've ever played Ratchet & Clank 2 or 3, you should feel right at home here, but unlike those games, this is pretty much all you're doing. I mean, you are going to be traveling to different planets, but all of them are styled after the arena challenges. And that does lead in some very interesting development history, which I can't explain, because now we get a cutscene. Oh yeah.
Note the deadlock collar securely fastened around your neck. This collar cannot be broken or removed. Should you stray into any restricted area, the collar will administer an extremely painful shock. Observe.
I hate this job.
Should a contestant become uncooperative or worse, boring, his or her collar can be detonated at any time with the push of a button. Well, there you have it. Nothing to lose your head over, right?
So yeah, as you can no doubt tell, Insomniac was quite heavily inspired by the likes of The Running Man and, well, plenty of Battle Royale movies that inspired, well, people competing in death games or getting killed. Which seemed to be a bit of a running theme, actually, because, yeah, Jack X also had a very similar ride or literally die premise, and, well, I don't know, I guess 2005 was just the year of extreme sports, dude! And I mean, I'm not against that, I think it actually suits the atmosphere of the game quite well, but sometimes I don't think the game takes it quite far enough, as we see right here.
Wow, this place is crazy. I've always wondered what it'd be like to be a professional gladiator. I mean, these guys have the life, the fame, the money, the babes.
Try not to forget that we are being held prisoner by a criminal organization. This is no time for fantasizing.
If this was Ratchet & Clank 1 Ratchet, I think we would have had a character arc on their hands, but, yeah, what was specifically brought up in that scene about, you know, being tempted by money, fame, and women could have been interesting, at least in regards to other heroes who haven't gone through their Ratchet & Clank style development, but I can't talk about that because we have our new combat buddies to meet.
Hey, Al. Hey, Ratchet. I have something to show you. Meet your new battle bots.
Call me Merc. This here's Green. Hi, sir.
I got them off a former contestant who, won't be needing them anymore.
Don't worry, boss. You won't end up like that last guy. I hope not. I still have nightmares about it. Oh, suck it up, Green.
Once you win a few battles, we can afford to upgrade them. Just come and see me whenever you want to juice them up.
So, this is Merc and Green. Pretty much a replacement for the Galactic Rangers, and with a lot better functionality. Although that in and of itself has some development history that I'll get into a bit later. But yeah, I do quite like Merc and Green. Merc being, you know, the chiseled badass marine, albeit slightly non-functional, and of course we also have Green, being a play on the military term being green, which means inexperienced, and he's also a bit of a puss.
On the other side of the container.
Hey, nice digs!
Digs?
I mean, what's all the hardware for?
They call this the mission control room. Each contestant is assigned a mission engineer to monitor their progress.
Right. So, what's-his-face figured he'd save a few bolts and make you do it.
All right, fresh meat. Enough chit-chat. You're next up in the battle dome, after Mobius Man. And from the way he's fighting, it won't be much longer. Now move it!
Ratchet, I will assist you any way I can.
Thanks, Clank. These guys obviously don't know who they're messing with.
Ah yes, but Ratchet, do they know who you saw who's messing with them? But yeah, to get to brass tacks here, Dreadzone basically captures galactic heroes and forces them to compete in arena games, so unlike Annihilation Nation or whatever, this isn't voluntary. So, yeah. Dark times. You would have thought the galactic authorities would have descended upon them, but alas, no dice.
Greetings, hero or heroine. We thank you for choosing Vox Airways for your traveling needs. We do hope you have a pleasant flight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our in-flight entertainment, courtesy of the Vox Network.
Pox Network. I wonder what network they're parodying. But yeah, I'm gonna be talking over this little commercial thing here because, dear god, I wouldn't get a word in edgewise towards the end of the part. And, yeah. As you can tell, Ratchet Deadlocked's key focus is basically extreme sports, very sort of WWE-style advertising, and, well, yeah, Gleam and Vox, and by extension Ace Hardlight being our main antagonists here. I will say right off the bat to get my thoughts on Deadlocked out early before the end of the part is that I do like the game, but at the same time, like Ratchet & Clank 3, it also had a rushed development cycle of, I believe it was 10 months, and well, while Insomniac is talented enough to make the game work as it is, it does show a lot of the cuts and seams in a lot of places in ways that I think a lot of the people who love the game don't quite realize. And I'm not going to take away from people's enjoyment of the game because, again, I myself also enjoyed Ratchet Deadlocked, but we're going to be seeing throughout the game where those cuts and seams are made. So, on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keeping new metal, and, well, I'll let you enjoy this little promo as Ratchet finally steps into the ring, brother!
For Mobius Man, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Eviscerator's 4th victim already this season. Next up, we have, let's see here, Ratchet? Yeah, I never heard of him. Well, he's probably just intermission material, folks, but don't worry, we have Grey Thunder and Hydro Girl coming up later, so stay tuned to Dreadzone. Well, here he is. He's a little guy, isn't he? Well, don't bother getting up for drinks, folks. This guy won't last 2 rounds.
We'll see.